Hey everybody, welcome to my little plugin idea for a trade shop. And I've done one of these before. I think I've perfected the idea of how I would like a trade shop. Some of this idea is coming from another plugin, which is, I forget the name of it. I will show you in a few minutes after the end of this video, of a really good protection system for chests. Basically what happens is you place a chest. I'll show you at the end. I won't even explain it. But the whole point of this is to cause no database, no need for a database at all. Databases are bad, they're slow, you have to look up the information. Why do something that can cause a slight potential lag, and then at 100 players doing the same action at once, what do you got? Disaster. And this is why I want a lightweight trade system that is flawless, that works really, really well. And I think I've just got the perfect idea here. So here's my shop. What you would do is you would create a shop like this. So you would put 8, I'm going to say smooth stone. I think everything should always be exact. I don't want a generating system. I don't want to generate this automatically. You have to place it to these specs. Of course, you can possibly, maybe in a configuration or whatever, add different specs. But I think it has to have this general layout to make it work and to protect the proper area. That way it would be easier for the programmer, and I think it just makes a standard, right? So what we have is 2 high, 2 wide, and 4, no, I guess it would be wide would be 4, right? So 4 wide, 2 high, and 2 depth, or 2 width. So what you would do is you place your 2 chests. The torches are fun. I think they're not required, but I mean, why not? So you have your shop here. What you would do is you would place the shop with the brackets. Then you would put 1 times 264, which means 1 diamond for 586, which means for pumpkins. So for 5 pumpkins. When you right click this sign, you don't buy it instantly or whatever. What happens instead is it'll come up with information saying buy 1 diamond for 5 pumpkins, or just explaining exactly what you have, because a lot of people don't understand numbers. They should know numbers. They should always know numbers, but most people don't. Most of our players don't, and that way people understand exactly what they're getting. It's simple as that. They click the sign, right click the sign, and they get the information of what exactly is happening here. The stock sign is where you just place the stock in brackets, and it grabs the information from this sign saying, okay, 6486, so it's grabbing the 86 off the sign, and inside this chest is grabbing the 64. Now, don't grab the stock information of the 86 part out of the chest. Grab that from the shop sign. The reason is because people are buying this for diamonds, and all of a sudden on your stock wall you're going to have, 2 times 264s, and you don't want that. That's just silly, right? So just remember that when you're coming up with these ideas. Trade. Now, probably a better idea instead of trade is buy. But anyways, right click the sign to trade instantly. I would say something like buy, and then when you it'll fill in the other 3 lines. So even if somebody puts something in there, it'll get ignored and fill in just what the system wants, right? So what it'll say is something like please, I don't know, something like, please right-click to buy, no refund. Something bold and people understand simply, with this trade system, please have item in inventory or something, and blah, 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 or whatever. Something really simple, and in fact, you know what? We could also offer, right here, this may look funny on this one, we can offer something like a help button or something like this, or I don't know. And when people click it, information comes out, but I think that torch is important, to be honest. I think that torch really needs to be there. But I mean, every server should have information set up on this on their website anyways. It shouldn't be an issue. So the trade should probably be set to actually buy, and a little more information happens. The protection system here is a main key here, extremely key. This would protect anyone who's on this list, gets protected in this area. So that 4 wide, to depth, too high, would be protected. No one else could break it, no one else could destroy it unless their name is on this. Now, another idea of mine is to use the protection is also another idea to grab the owner's information. For example, Kane Hart, Andy James, and the man with the big, and you know what this guy's name is? The man with the big name. I wanted to show you that there are people who do have more than 15 character names, and I want you to note that 99% of the time no one will ever have the man with the big dick and then the man with a big name. So do the autocomplete system where the man with the big, and of course when that works in the system, it'll automatically guess the guy with the longest name. You know what I mean, right? That way only anyone whose name starts with the man with the big will be accepted, and I doubt there will be 2 of them. Anyways, what else that could happen is when somebody actually buys from here and they right click this, maybe it'll notify the first person on this list that somebody's just bought from the shop, or if it's not heavy load at all, period, on the thing, and this should be all in the config to allow this anyways, maybe it'll notify all 3 of them. So I think this shop system is flawless. I mean, this would work wonderfully. And you know what? For stock, I have an idea. You can do something like this. Here's an idea. Stock. What was it? 64 times 86? Or, yeah. Is that how we were doing it? 86? Shop. Help. Click for help. So maybe when you type in stock, the shop help comes up instantly, because the stock you kind of already tells you. Maybe you can, I don't know. You may want to right click that, and it just says 64 pumpkins in stock, and then shop help, and then a second line comes out. For help with shops, please type in /shop help. And then what happens there is it'll explain how shops work in that little text. Do it in like 8 lines of text or whatever, so it can all fit in there perfectly on everyone's screen, so you don't have to like scroll up or have to worry about like several commands, and it's perfect. So in here, you go in here. I did this as an example. I threw an apple in there because you don't want an apple to show up on the stock board, because we're only doing 1 stock item per shop setup anyway. So there you go. We have our 64 pumpkins in here. I just showed it doesn't matter if we split them up or not. They'll show properly on there. So when somebody comes and buys, say, they right click the trade here. I just trade that. I would get 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't have 1 diamond on me, but we'll pretend this apple's a diamond. 1 diamond would end up going in the chest for them, right? And then this board would update, and that's how it works. And I think that would be wonderful. This is perfect. I believe this is a perfect shop, and I think everyone would die for a perfect shop system just like this. So I'm going to go on the test server. This is 1.1 if you look in the top corner. We're trying to perfect our server before we move to 1.2. But I will show you a 1.2 protection system and also give you the proper name and show you what I like about that protection system, and just give you an idea of, why I'm getting ideas for this shop system and why I don't want any database or anything. So I'll be back in, well, I guess in a flash for you guys. Hey everybody, welcome to our test server here. I know some people are doing some crazy things here. I don't know where they are. I guess they're not on this map. Oh, here they are. I'll show you this quickly. This is my server. I woke up and I saw this crazy thing, so I thought I might as well show you guys people playing with die blocks already on our little test server here. This is only whitelist test server. We're actually testing all the plugins and commands and stuff. They had one special command, which was I. And so there we go. This is our little players from our server. We got Sniper, Puppet, Quizby, and Hitler? Red? No? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Oh, it'll say sign here. Let's go up to it. I'm gonna just guess Hitler. Hi, hi. In Soviet Russia, Zoop makes you. Oh my god, that is so funny. I really thought it was like some kind of. It doesn't make sense. It is a Russian leader. We all knew like Hitler didn't look like that. You can tell by the hat, but I think that's pretty damn awesome that I noticed that. Oh, that's awesome. I saw some screenshots on the forums. But anyways, we're here to show you the chest protect. chest. Here we go. So we're gonna sample our chest. Sign. So what do we do? We type in private. Can't type. Private. And I think that's it. Now you can add other names here, only on the second and third name, like Bob and Rob. And then boom, my name will appear on there. And see how it mounts on the side? That's pretty sexy. And now this chest could be only used by me, Bob, and Rob. Now, why is this system amazing? Well, it's simple. The reason it's simple and amazing is because it uses no database, it uses nothing. The plugin reads it from that sign right there. As far as I know, this causes zero load to the server. Completely, no load at all. And that's why I'm inspired by this system. And I believe the plugin name is Lockit. I think it's like that. Lockit? Is that how you say slot? I'm a bad person at English. But anyways, so that's somewhere where the idea came to my, like, the private shop trading system, is because this right here uses no resources. My shop idea would probably use no resources. If I'm right, and this uses no resources because it's attached, like, it's not attached, but because it reads off that sign and it doesn't have to read through a database, doesn't have to scan, doesn't have to load anything, it's already loaded and it's right here, then that shop idea should use zero load as well. I don't know if it would cause any load sending a tell message to the owner if they're online or not, though. That's another thing. But from what I can tell, this is amazing. This is wonderful, and I really, really hope somebody comes up and able to make that shop idea. And I think I've done this several times. I've come up with ideas in the past, and I think I've perfected the idea of the shop system. It's pretty compact. Yeah, it's 4 wide, 2 depth, 2 high, but it's made to have a real shop. It's a really good setup for a shop. And because it's only 2 high, I mean, you could have a shop above it too as well. And I mean, you could do it sort of like I don't know. You know what I mean. So anyways, I'm going to post this video and I'll explain a little more on this. And one thing I didn't explain, I hope people are still watching this. Instead of doing like 5 stock, 5 times, here, hold on a second. Okay, instead of doing like 5 times 35, or no, like some people do this. They do this. They like, okay, 35 for 5 you're trading, or they do this. We can't do this. You know why? Because that is technically an item. Don't forget dies now, and some even trees and whatever. They do things like 35 and 20. Like that's an actual item. So let's do that. 3520. Look at that. I just got 64 of it. Right there. That was yellow wool. So yeah, was it 3515 is actually an item. That's black wool. So just remember that, guys, when you're making this little plugin, if anyone is willing to make this plugin. And I hope I explained enough, and I really hope this gets made, because I think a lot of people will be happy from Godcraft, and I think you'll make a wonderful plugin. Anyways, thanks for watching.